What's going on, mi gente? Casper Martinez here for latinofilmchatter.com. I've been watching a couple of vlogs or vlogs, like they say, and there's one that's really bothering me a lot, and it kind of sucks because me and this individual we've kind of like buried the hatchet, but the reality is that facts speak more than fiction. And here's my beef. My beef is with Mike Robles' vlog where he's calling Soledad O'Brien a pendeja, where he's trying to be funny about something that really isn't that funny because you first need to see the entire series as a whole before you can make uh, an intelligent assessment of what you think of the show. And that's where most of my things differ from other people. When I pick something to speak about, I really want to have substance and information about what I'm going to say. Whether I make it comical, whether I say it aggressively, whether I curse a lot to say it, the bottom line is that there's a message to it. This here with Mike Robles, I'm really uncomfortable with because Mike, the reality has been based on your trajectory. You've done worse than Soledad O'Brien, or worse than what you claim she's doing, because I don't think Soledad O'Brien is doing anything absolutely wrong. I think Soledad O'Brien is a good reporter. I commend her for trying to put pieces out there on Latinos, for even trying to put this together. And even if they don't get it right, I really have no qualms with it because it kind of feels good to hear Latinos in America every day coming out of a network. And CNN, I give them props for that. And most importantly, I recognize that Soledad O'Brien, whether she gets it wrong or not, her intent is to inform people, to create awareness. For you to call up pendeja and talk about how she's exploiting Latinos, dude, really, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Because the reality is, like I said, you and I, we're cool right now because you reached out and you sent me a whole email telling me about how at that time you didn't understand the business, whatever. But Mike, you, my friend, are known for cutting people's throats, for backstabbing, for paying like shit, for hating on your own kind. I mean, I remember sitting in your living room and you talking about fucking Roberto, goddamn Dominicans, and fucking Mexicans this and fucking Mexicans that. And now you live on the West Coast, and you know what? It's los Mexicanos who are feeding you. Because as much as animosity as you had with them before, now, my friend, they don't know this about you, but they're feeding you. And if only they knew how much disgust you used to say the word Mexicans when you used to sit in your living room there and I'm sitting there next to you and you will go, oh, everything in fucking Hollywood is fucking Mexicans and Latino comedy is Mexican. You know what? The Mexicans are the largest Latino population. So every day, all day, you got to give them respect. And I don't hate a Mexican comedian because he's Mexican. You know, I may hate a comedian because his shit ain't funny. It has nothing to do with Mexican. So going back to this whole Soledad O'Brien, you should really choose your words carefully because you got so many skeletons in your closet that really pick the right fight, Mike. Because for you to talk about Soledad exploiting, I remember when you didn't want to pay comedians more than $20 to $40. I remember when you used to be so paranoid that you thought everybody was out to get you. And most importantly, I remember that you moved out of New York because you couldn't get on La Mega, you couldn't get on Amor, you couldn't get on La Calle, you couldn't get a write up in the newspaper, and a lot of that had to do with some dude named Casper Martinez. Remember that guy? Because I was the one that you fucked when you went to do your Galavisión deal. When after a year of working hard with you and selling out the Carolines and getting you out there and even getting you on El Basilón, you kicked me to the curb and took your wife at the time, who, by the way, you kicked to the curb too, and, you know, and got played for Mike Robles. So be careful, Mike, because things can bite you in the ass. Funny thing is, I'm very cool with you right now. Like, you call me to help you out with something, I would, because I don't like to hold animosity. Pero hablando mierda de otro, sale la mierda de uno. So you want to talk about Soledad? I don't represent her. I don't even know her. All I know is that she's a reporter who's Latina, who's created a platform for Latinos to discuss our issues, and whether it's executed wrong or right is yet to be put up there for dissecting and criticism, because the series hasn't finished. And again, shit bites you in the ass. Be careful. Be careful what you say, buddy. You hear me? Casper Martinez, Latino Film Chatter. Now go write some fucking jokes, okay?